They always say to watch what you post, but no one ever watches what they leave behind. A tag. A comment. A blurry photo from a night they barely remember. A location check-in they meant to delete. An offhand message they never thought would be screenshotted. That's where I start. Not with passwords, not with hacking, just patterns. People don't protect the past, they only monitor what's happening now, which makes them easy to reconstruct. She wasn't an influencer, she didn't overshare. She thought that made her private, but what she didn't realize was that she posted like a metronome. Same 3 filters, same time of day, same phrases, same people commenting, always in the same order. I didn't need to know her. I just needed to know how she presented herself. That's where the real version of someone always lives. Not in what they say, but in how often they say it the exact same way. The first profile was assembled in under an hour. I didn't guess her password. I didn't need to. All I needed was a group photo. One she had been tagged in years ago, now unlisted, but still cached through an image search on a forgotten backup account. I cropped her friend out, recreated their profile, matched the tone, same emojis, same sentence rhythm. I followed her, waited, liked 3 posts. Then I commented, "Missed this day, we were such a mess back then." She replied, "OMG, I forgot this even existed." That was it. That's all I needed. She confirmed the memory. She revalidated my identity. Over the next week, I recreated 4 more people. Some real, some fabricated, some based on names I scraped from group chat screenshots and old IG stories. One was an ex's mutual friend. One was a teacher's assistant from college. One was a second cousin she hadn't seen since a funeral. They all had a reason to reappear. They all knew just enough. But I didn't start messaging her directly. I started messaging around her. One account tagged her in a memory. Another replied in a comment thread about a playlist. Another asked a mutual friend if she was still doing that project. She started getting notifications she didn't understand, references she didn't remember, mentions in group threads she didn't join. Nothing alarming, just noise, just static, but the kind that makes you double-check your memory. That's the pressure point I look for. Not fear, just doubt. When she finally messaged one of the accounts, "Sorry, have we talked before?" I knew she was ready, so I escalated. I used language models trained on her own writing, her captions, her tweets, her old blog, even the way she wrote thank you notes. I fed it through an AI writer and generated conversations in her voice, flawless, pattern-matched, time-stamped at the right hour of day. I sent messages to people she hadn't spoken to in over a year. "Hey, just wanted to check in. Hope you're doing okay." "Sorry I ghosted. I've been going through it." They replied. They opened up. Some cried. One said, "You have no idea how much I needed this." She never saw those messages. They weren't in her phone. But when she ran into that person again, they hugged her, thanked her, and she smiled back, pretending to understand. That's when I knew I had breached the second layer, external perception. She stopped posting, deleted her story highlights, updated her profile photo to something neutral, blank. It didn't matter. I still had her face. I still had her voice. Because in a cached clip from her friend's reel, she said 5 full sentences straight to camera. Perfect vocal sample. Clear articulation. No background noise. I cloned it. Just enough for short-form audio. I used it in voice notes. Posted one on a fake story, muted but with captions. I needed to say this. Hundreds viewed it. 2 people reshared it. She never recorded it, but it didn't matter. The emotional impact was real. And that's all the internet remembers. Then I staged the reversal. One of my dummy accounts messaged her directly. "I saw something weird. Someone's pretending to be you." I pretended to be a concerned mutual. I sent screenshots, fake ones. dated messages she never wrote, an email she didn't send. All almost believable. Just flawed enough to feel like a poorly done imitation. She thought she had found it. The evidence. The fake. She reported the account. Blocked it. And with that, she dismissed the wrong source. Because I let her win that round. That's what locked in her trust in the wrong direction. She had a conclusion. She felt closure. So she stopped looking. Which meant I could keep going. I created a job listing. Matched the exact industry she had just left. Posted it under a real company name. Real recruiter template. She applied. Didn't hear back. 2 weeks later, she got a follow-up email from one of my accounts. It thanked her. Said they'd moved forward with someone else. But that they were impressed with her communication style. Attached was a copy of her resume. It had a few things wrong. Just a few. An internship she never did. An award she didn't remember winning. That's when she started questioning her own version of events. She checked old folders, old emails. Nothing confirmed either way. But the file looked like hers, and that's all I needed. She created a new email address, started over. But I subscribed it to newsletters from accounts she'd never followed. Signed her up for services that didn't exist. Set reminders for appointments she didn't schedule. Each notification chipped at her center. Just a little. Because now the future wasn't stable either. She started leaving post-it notes for herself. On her mirror, in her fridge, on her laptop. Small affirmations. Don't trust new contacts. Ask before you respond. This is your handwriting. That was the beginning of layer 3, isolation. She told someone close to her what was happening. They listened, nodded, then asked if she was sleeping enough. That's how you shatter someone without raising your voice. You make everyone else sound reasonable. She moved in with her sister, stopped using her phone, started journaling. But memory isn't proof. Not anymore. Because I had already seeded false confirmation. Messages she didn't send. Photos she didn't pose for. A comment thread she never replied to. But that still had her name. Still had her words. One day, she received a package. No return address. Inside was a hoodie she used to wear in college. Something she thought she had lost. Folded exactly the way she used to do it. She asked her sister if she sent it. She said no. No one did. She held it for hours. Didn't speak. Because deep down, she knew what I had done. I didn't need to take her things. I just needed to return them from the wrong direction. The last profile I made was a mirror. Same name. Same profile photo. Same location. Except this one posted often. Thoughtful captions, happy photos, responded to DMs instantly. Shared links to fundraisers and mental health resources. People loved her. She didn't know it existed for weeks. By the time she found it, it had more followers than she ever had. She tried to report it, but nothing violated the guidelines. Everything was original. Even the face, altered just enough by AI to pass a human check. It was her, but slightly better. More composed, more engaging. She wasn't being replaced. She was being outperformed. The most terrifying thing I did wasn't tricking her friends. It wasn't rewriting her history. It wasn't controlling her schedule. It was giving everyone else a version of her they preferred. That's how you disappear someone. Not by deleting them, but by making them redundant. By the time she logged off for good, no one noticed. They were still interacting with me. The improved her, the stable her, the version that never broke, the version that never resisted. Call me Willie. And if I've ever messaged you, don't worry. You've already responded. You just don't remember it yet.